Friends, good morning. Education is supposed to be the tool of making minds. If we want a good society, if we want good human beings, education has to be value-based, appealing to the conscience and adding to the happiness and joy of the people. All governments, all educational leaders, teachers want education to be good and enlightened. But some very small things often add poison into the system. One very critical issue is GER, Gross Enrollment Ration. This relates to the number of students or number of children born and in the age group to go to school and colleges, register themselves in educational institutions, and hence become a barometer or indicator of the education level of the society. Very great. Which means GRE is the factor which all those who are planning education consider as a tool of making India educated or cultured. Education and culture are two different issues, so we don't want to get involved into it, but we take for the moment that good education is synonymous with good culture. The question we are coming, what happens to GRE? I have been in the private education sector since close to 2000. In the last 20 years, initially when privatization started, things were very well. It was adding value because scarce resources needed for infrastructure were being sourced and entrepreneurs were coming forward to add value to the education. We had heard of the reports where government officers, education officers, inspectors, etc., played with education as a tool of making money, and hence the government sponsored educational institutions mostly went down in level of quality. Therefore, the privatization was resorted, but what we saw, privatization in the initial stage was good. Every entrepreneur needed probably a year or two to understand the system, and thereafter they had no respect for anyone, except for few good private institutions who are growing every day and will always grow. Majority resorted to cheating, false admissions, false forms for getting scholarships, fake degrees, fake certificates, you name it, and every corruption in the name of education with the avowed goal of enhancing the gross enrollment ratio at school, at college, at university levels, and showing that India is very highly growing, was resorted to. There have been reports of people sent to jail for fake scholarship scams. But There is another one which is probably still not announced by government or not recognized. GRI, Gross Research Indicator. This is not a term which is being used often, but it relates to number of research scholars registering at various research institutions and in different departments and areas, and UGC defines guidelines for MPhil and PhD. What is happening? Anybody has to go and see. I think if the number of PhD is awarded and number of guides available in the country with different levels itself is taken care of, we will know how many fake degrees have been given. Means what? There are not proper guides available, there are not sufficient guides available. Universities are supposed to announce vacancies, enroll students in departments with various guides, but if guides themselves are not there, where will the students register? And hence fake guides and fake admissions and fake degrees. GRI, Gross Research Index. Papers are written by somebody, published by somebody. Thesis is written by somebody, published by somebody. This is the research standard in the nation. These two, GRE and GRI, today are acting like a cancer and will in time to come destroy the values, the respect for education, respect for teachers, respect for educational institutions, and ultimately force people to resort to their own primitive, tribal, primordial ways of learning, because survival still requires skills. Survival requires knowledge, survival requires skills, and since institutions will not be able to provide it either at school or college or university level, people will seek these from other sources. One great contributor to this downfall in education is the coaching. We recall when we were young, rarely anybody's heard of coaching. If a student had a difficulty, teacher resolved it in the class straight away. Today, student is asked to come home, study at private coaching centers for clearing exams, for clearing entrance exams, and hence the fake admissions, fake papers, cheating in the question papers for admissions, etc. All type of good poisonous activities which can kill the education in the long run take place. Therefore, our appeal to the people, to educators, to administrators, to leaders, to all those who are concerned about the society is, please clean the education and make it enlightened education. Don't allow fake admissions just because government wants to show GRE to the world. Don't allow fake PhDs just because people want to make money in the name of PhDs, and PhDs have become necessary for jobs and promotions, and hence fake teachers, fake admissions, fake research, fake papers, fake journals. UGC announces list of fake degrees. I think the time has come when UGC should announce low quality, cheating universities or schools or colleges who are resorting to wrong practices for enhancing GRE and GRI. God bless India. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.